And then there were two, the Meadville Mustangs and the Butler Ironbucks, the final two teams remaining in this long playoff grind in the Rust Belt League. And tonight, it all starts in the league championship series. It's a best-of-3 series. Hello, everyone. Luke Burgess here with you for an exciting evening here in Butler, Pennsylvania. It's the Meadville Mustangs and the Butler Ironbucks in the championship series, and it all comes down to this. The Mustangs, well, they started the season off cold, 0-4, ended up being 1-5 before they went on a huge run. They finished the season with a winning record, but finished as the 3 seed in the Rust Belt division. The Ironbucks, it was a different story. They started the season hot and then kind of played some mediocre ball down the stretch, but they have caught fire at the right time. 1-2 games, dethroned the best team in the league, the Creekside Crocodiles, last week. Now they're ready for some championship action here tonight in Butler. Well, it's been an exciting year for the Mustangs, and as we said, the second half of the year was really the time that they caught fire, and it's been the hitting that has propelled them. In fact, the last time that these two teams met here at Pullman Park, the Mustangs prevailed 18-5 over the Ironbucks. It was a mercy rule game that ended in the 7th inning. The Mustangs' bats were on fire that night, and just a few nights later, they would score 18 again against the East Butler Bulldogs, that team they beat to knock them out of the playoffs last week. Brady Gavula is a big guy to watch for this Ironbucks team, though. He's been in the 4-hole for a majority of the matchups between these two, but tonight he leads off. He's out in left field, served as the DH in that 4-hole, kind of a big hitting presence to drive in some runs, but the Ironbucks have been unsuccessful in beating the Mustangs in 2 attempts so far, so they move him up to the top of the lineup, and there's a lot to be excited for going into tonight's game. First pitch is 9 minutes away from right now. We'll go through the Meadville Mustangs lineup. They're the visitors. They come into this game coached by their manager, Ben Cosby, who's trying to lead the Mustangs to a championship ring in his first season and the Mustangs' first season of play. This is against the Butler Ironbucks team that's been established for quite some time. They've had some success, so a lot to look forward to as we kick off Game 1 tonight. For the Mustangs, they sit at 2-0 in the playoffs after 2 single elimination games. Tonight's game kicks off a best-of-3 series, so they can't afford to take one loss, but not any more than that. Ryan Doherty leads it off in center field. Kenny Lavrich bats second. He's the shortstop. Number 12, Jordan Suvak, bats third in right field. The 4-hitter is Noah Ross. He's the designated hitter. John Sharp is the catcher. He bats 5th. Brady Lane bats 6th. He's the second baseman. The 7-hole hitter is Cole Grable. He's at third base. Carson Weibel bats 8th in left field. And Zach Wilson rounds out the order, the 9th batter, playing first base. On the mound, no surprise there. It's the ace for the Mustangs, Gino Mara. He's been phenomenal all season long. After a regular amount of rest, he started the first game of the playoffs. He's ready to go tonight, leading his team into battle. The Ironbucks finished the season on a little bit of a so-so route, but they've caught fire in the playoffs, 2-0. They come in tonight's game. Crehan bats third. He's the first baseman. Lenny Pacini bats 4th. He's the catcher. The third baseman, Alex Colwell, bats 5th. Dustin Strom bats 6th and plays shortstop. Nick Marola bats 7th. He's the designated hitter. Ray Stryer bats 8th. He's the second baseman. And Tyler Mack rounds out the order, batting 9th for the Butler Ironbucks. He is the right fielder. On the mound, it's Tyler Rekich for the Ironbucks. The Mustangs have not seen him this year, so trying to pull an arm kind of out of that back end. And he is the ace for this team, but obviously the Mustangs have not seen him to this point, so a little bit of an ambush maybe. The manager's meeting right now with the umpires at home plate. They're going to go over the lineups, exchange things, and then we'll get this game started. If you've been following Mustangs baseball all season long, you might notice some notable absences. First of all, Daniel Luco, who has served as the 3-hole hitter and been a very consistent bat in this Mustangs lineup throughout the summer. He is absent, not able to go in tonight's games, and he will not be present at all for the championship series, but he's wishing his team luck from afar. Then Brandon Butler was slated to hit in his regular cleanup spot tonight. He's a late scratch. So 2 big names there, not present for the Mustangs. It might affect that hitting that has been so prolific. Those are their 3 and 4 hitters, so certainly important roles in the lineup. But the Mustangs have done such a good job of hitting as a team this year. You can't be too worried if you're a fan tuning in or if you're a family member watching on. You know that the bats have been so consistent, and whenever you have Ryan Doherty and Kenny Lavrich, Jordan Suvak, 1, 2, 3, there's no doubt you're going to feel pretty confident about being able to put some runs on the board. Speaking of Kenny Lavrich, he's been the hottest hitter in the entire Rust Belt League for these playoffs. Had a couple RBIs in Game 2 of the playoff run, as well as Game 1. He hit a few home runs as the year came to the close, yet to hit one in the playoffs. Maybe tonight changes that. Noah Ross, obviously, in that 4-hole, he gets slotted up. He's had a hot bat as well in this playoff run. The Iron Bucks, they win games by close margins. They do not blow teams out. If they're going to win tonight, it's all about starting pitching, and that's been the case for the Mustangs as well. But of course, with the offense's resurgence in the second half, Gino Mara, he didn't pitch so well in Game 1, gave up 6 runs in just over 6 innings. The Mustangs still picked him up and led the team to victory. When we return, we'll have first pitch from Pullman Park. The Mustangs and the Iron Bucks in the Rust Belt League Championship. Game 1 coming right at you on the Mustangs Baseball Network. National anthem wrapping up as it's played out over the PA system here at Pullman Park, and we're almost ready to go. Tyler Rekich taking the mound to take on these Meadville Mustangs. Well, as we said, just a few minutes away from first pitch, and Gino Mara on the mound for the Mustangs. We know how consistent he's been all season long. He's going to try and bring this Mustangs team one step closer to a championship. And of course, want to go over real quick this format: single elimination in the first 2 rounds to win the division, but now that it's interleague time and it's playoff time, this is a best of 3 series, so the season is not over tonight for either of these teams, win or loss. We'll be back here at Pullman Park same time tomorrow, and that could be a potential deciding game. If the same team wins game 1 and game 2, that would go down as a sweep, and we would crown a champion. Well, if you're tuning in this greater Pittsburgh area, you can tune into the Pirates and the Padres later tonight at 9:40 and have this as a little bit of a warm-up. Night full of baseball in Western Pennsylvania, and the Pirates winning last night. They're going to go again tonight. Rich Hill, Blake Snell on the mound at Petco Park in San Diego. So stay up late with the Pirates and start your evening with us. 7 o'clock first pitch, and we're just a few minutes away. It's going to be Ryan Doherty, Kenny Lavrich, and Jordan Suvak to get things started in the first inning. And the right-hander Rekich taking his final warm-up tosses. Rekich comes into this game. He's been the leader of the pitching staff so far this season. He gets the 2 signal from the home plate umpire. Infielders getting ready to go, and defense has been such a big part of team success in this league so far this summer. One of the things that is really at a premier kind of pedestal in college baseball is good defense. You know that the teams that play good defense are going to win a lot of games, and that was one of the reasons that the Mustangs were so successful this year. They were able to pick up their pitchers on defense. That's exactly what the starting pitcher Walker Cunningham said after his great performance the other night, that he trusted his defense all night long, and that led the Mustangs to the win. Ryan Doherty stepping in to face Rekich in the championship game. Game 1, umpire gives the play signal, and Rekich delivers the first pitch. We are underway. It's a swinging strike from Ryan Doherty, the center fielder. Speedy center fielder, gets on base a lot, and we know that he can hit for a little bit of power as well. Has 2 home runs in the regular season. 0-1 pitch is a hard fastball in for strike. Through the middle of the zone, right back at him. Trying to test him up high, get him swinging the bat. You want to make sure that you can settle into this game, get your defense into the game. Obviously, a little bit of nerves. 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed. A 3-pitch strikeout to start things. Doherty goes down, and it's another hard fastball there from Rekich. It's looked like this Mustangs offense has been unstoppable as of late, so Rekich is trying to change the course on that subject. Kenny Lavrich batting second now. The shortstop leads the Mustangs in batting average, on-base percentage, OPS in these playoffs. He swings and misses at the first pitch. It's a fourth straight fastball in there from Rekich to start tonight's game. The right-hander goes over top of his head, leg kick, and the delivery is fouled off. So the first pitch made contact with by the Mustangs tonight. It's Kenny Lavrich fouling one off to the left side. Already 1 out, 0-2 the count to Lavrich after Doherty struck out on 3 pitches, something he has not done all season. Rekich, the right-hander, delivers the 0-2. That one swung on and missed, and back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts, and now just 3 pitches away from an immaculate inning is Rekich. So off to a good quick start in the top of the first, exactly what you want to see if you're an Iron Bucks fan here tonight at home. And of course, Pullman Park, this beautiful venue with 1,600 seats, they want to use it as much as they can as he delivers another strike. That one's right down the middle, a hard fastball in the high 80s. Jordan Suvak now the right fielder, filling in for Luco tonight. The 0-1. And that one is outside, so he won't have the immaculate inning. Another fastball there. Draws it even at 1-1 to the righty Suvak. Suvak's been a good hitter. He's gotten a little bit cold in the playoff run. The 1-1 is off the plate, down low in the dirt, and it's 2-1. Just bounced that one way low. Kind of spiked the pitch. First time that we've seen a non-fastball from Rekich so far. That was the slider. He has a lot of variation between the off-speed speeds and the fastball speeds. The men in green, 2-1 pitch in the zone for a strike. Suvak doesn't love it on the outside corner. Went back to that fastball. So now you look, you've got 10 pitches in this game, and 9 of them have been fastballs. 2-2 pitch, see if he goes back to it. Fastball, he struck him out. So he strikes out the side in the first half inning. Mustangs all go down swinging. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the first inning, Mustangs go out on defense. They line up like this. In the outfield, it's Weibel, Dougherty, and Suvak. In the infield, Wilson from left to right, and Mara and Sharp are the battery. Sharp back after he missed the semifinals. Zach Strideff was catching that night. He's back in there as the signal caller for tonight's game. The lefty Mara's ready to go against Brady Gavola, the big hitting righty. He delivers a strike on a slider on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. So underway now in the bottom of the first. Mustangs trying to replicate that efficient first inning as the 0-1 is fouled off. Brings the count to 0-2. So in the hole early is Gavola. Left fielder is followed up by Maddox Clement, the center fielder, and then Brent Crehan, the first baseman. All some of the best hitters in this Iron Bucks lineup. 0-2 pitch from Mara. That one is ripped to the right side, drifting away, foul into the Mustangs bullpen. Mustangs are in the first base dugout tonight. They've got on their typical red unis with the gray pants. The Butler Iron Bucks have the dark green, forest green uniforms, if you will, with the silver stripe. That one's popped up, back and foul toward the press box area here at Pullman Park. So the count stays at 0-2 to the leadoff hitter, Brady Gavola. Maddox Clement on deck. Mara trying to get the first out after the Mustangs were struck out in order in the top of the first. Mustangs, the road team for game one of the championship series. The 0-2 pitch is foul back against the netting, so the third straight foul ball from Gavola, and we'll do the 0-2 again. In the zone early was Mara. That was a bit of an issue with his off-speed stuff last time, which caused him to give up some runs. They were kind of just sitting back on that fastball. He does throw that fastball hard. 0-2 pitch from the lefty. That one is fouled off again. Out in front on what looked like maybe a changeup. And of course, Mara's changeup spin can be pretty deceptive. Has the same release point as the fastball. He's been great at striking guys out. Struck out 9 his last outing. The pitch, and that one's down low in the dirt, but he swung. Dropped third strike, throw down to first, and they complete the strikeout. So there's one away, and we've had 4 batters, all of whom have struck out swinging so far. And now it'll be Maddox Clement. So we go from left field to center field, and a lefty comes to the plate against the left-handed pitching Mara. Mara's been good against the lefties this year. He's got that nasty hard slider that will drift away from left-handed batters. So a favorable matchup against the two-hitter Clement. The 0-0 pitch is out to the left side. That one is slicing away from the lefty hitter, and it's foul, just left of the foul line. That was Weibel, the left fielder, racing over to get that. He's had a lot of experience in left field this year, served as the designated hitter in a few games as well. That was with Daniel Luco. So considered the fourth outfielder, but getting the start tonight in game one. The 0-1 pitch from Mara is in for strike. Fastball through the zone, and he is reeling back on that one. Put a little bit of extra velocity on it to the lefty. 0-2 now the count. Trying to get the strikeout. Here comes the pitch. Down low in the dirt, slider away. Sharp was ready for it. Easy block for him behind the plate. That is one of the things that Sharp does so well behind the dish, is block pitches in the dirt. He has been excellent on defense this year. Now the 1-2 from Mara. That one's on the ground, chopped to the right side rather. Takes a few hops, throw on to first, and the runner beats it out. It was Brady Lane rushing on, but an infield single for Maddox Clement and the first hit of the game. So after 4 straight strikeouts, just a little 5-hopper over there onto Lane, and he just can't quite rush onto it in time. The infield playing all the way back on the grass. Power hitters early in this lineup, got to make sure that you don't allow them anything cheap. Now it's Brent Crehan back to the righty. Mara pitching out of the stretch. His 0-0. That one is fouled off onto the plate and back behind him into the backstop. Mara's going to get a new baseball. 0-1 the count with 1 away and a runner on first. First base runner we've seen in tonight's action. Pink wrist tape for Brent Crehan. The 0-1, Mara looking the runner back. That's a breaking pitch up high, and he just didn't quite get around on that one. One of the things you can tell when Mara is really effective is how much you can see him spin that slider as it comes off. And, of course, it's so hard and so deceptive that hitters get it confused with the fastball, and then suddenly it's a foot away from you. The 1-1, that one is shot down the left side into left field. That's going to be a line drive extra base hit. The throw in from Weibel is to the shortstop, Lavrich, and it is a double stand up. So back-to-back hits, Brent Crehan and Maddox Clement. There's 2 runners in scoring position with 1 away. So now a little bit of hot water for the Meadville Mustangs in the bottom of the first. And something that we saw Walker Cunningham was so good at in his start was limiting runners in scoring position and stranding runners there when he did have them. In fact, in the first inning, second and third, with nobody out for the East Butler Bulldogs, no runs scored. And it took a long time for them to put a crack in the armor. 0-0 now to Lenny Pacini, the catcher batting fourth. Hard-hitting righty, and a changeup delivered in for strike 1 from Mara. Just kind of froze him there, threw off the timing. And with Mara, you're certain who picks it up early in this championship series. Crehan moves up to third. And diving for it was Doherty, but it was Lavrich who had to come in and pick him up. So early on, the Iron Bucks on top. And there's runners on first and third with 1 away. Now an early mound visit from Ben Cosby. And he's going out to check on Doherty to make sure he's okay after that awkward dive in. He's kind of holding his left wrist, is the center fielder and leadoff hitter. And, of course, the Mustangs already missing some guys tonight. They don't want to lose another big bat. Cosby trying to assess the situation here before he allows play to continue, gives him a pat on the back after a short conversation, and Doherty's heading back out to center field. So it looks as though he'll stick in the game, and I'm sure that Cosby's got a big grin on his face because of that. He doesn't have a grin on his face when he looks up at the scoreboard. 1 away for his team and already a run across. Trying to force a double play here. It's going to be Alex Colwell, right-handed hitting third baseman, batting fifth tonight. Colwell's appeared in both games against the Mustangs this season. Clear skies at first pitch, but it's quickly become kind of overcast. Sun beaming across out into left field. Hard sight lines out there in left. And, of course, a big left field here at Pullman Park. 385 to left center. Mara looks the runner back to first. Delivers the first pitch in for a strike. He went back to that breaking stuff against Colwell. A really effective use of his pitches here early on. He's just been hit hard. A lot of work from Mara. Toss over to first, and the runner is back diving. That's Pacini. Pacini's a big catcher, does not run well. Alex Colwell at the plate. Mara gets his pitch. Delivers back over to first base. Another pickoff move, and he even fooled me on that one. So no pitch delivered yet to the third baseman at the plate. Small lead from first for Pacini. The 0-0. That one is swung on and missed. Hard fastball up high, so not going to the breaking stuff early after he's been tagged up for some hits. And Mara had not allowed more than 3 runs in a game all season until his last start, but the playoffs have been a different story for him. He's trying to reel it back in tonight. The pitch is swung on and missed. Another fastball through the zone. And the count goes 0-2. So trying to strand runners here with one away. Have to get in that attack mindset early on. And, of course, you can't be much more jacked up for a game than this championship game. I mean, we spoke to the players before, and, you know, this is Summer Collegiate League, but these guys want to win this championship. There is absolutely no doubt about that. The pitch, and that's strike 3, the throw down, and now a rundown between second and first. They've got to watch that the runner from third doesn't get home, and instead they tag out Pacini in between second and first base, and the inning is over. So only 1 crosses. We're through an inning on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Meadville trails at 1-0. Top of inning number 2, the Mustangs trying to get a base runner, let alone get that run back. The Iron Bucks scored in the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Noah Ross starts it off. Slippery Rock product designated hitter. He's had a hot bat lately. He fouls off the first pitch that he sees from Tyler Rekich. Struck out the side in that first inning. As I said, Mustangs trying to bounce back here in the second. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball away, swung on and missed. So 0-2 now quickly to Noah Ross. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one is swung on and missed. He strikes out, and now that's 4 straight strikeouts to start the game for the Meadville Mustangs. John Sharp trying to break up the streak, and of course, Sharp has struck out a lot this year, so it would be only fitting that he breaks the streak up. Mustangs trying to get a base runner, let alone a ball in play. That one's popped up to the left side. Backing up on it is Gavola, approaching the wall. It's gone! John Sharp, the Allegheny Gator, homers his first of the year out to left field, and the Mustangs tie the game in this championship series. How about it, John Sharp? 4 straight strikeouts and then a home run on the first pitch that he sees. The Mustangs tie this one up. And Sharp has not homered all season long. He puts one over the fence here when it matters most, and he was gone for the semifinal game, and he said, "We'll see you in the chip, boys." That one's inside now to Brady Lane, second baseman, comes to the plate with one away, and he is shown up for the chip. 1-0 the count, the righty now, giving up a home run, delivers strike 1. That's a hard fastball through the zone there. Clearly, the home run is not affecting Rekich's velocity. With one away, here's the 1-1 pitch. Down low in the dirt, past the catcher Pacini. That one bounced in the left-handed batter's box. It's really been a fastball-heavy dosage from Rekic so far. Infield lined up straight up against the right-handed hitter, the 2-1. That one's up high. Lane trying to draw a walk, now ahead 3-1. First 3-ball count of the night. So a dominant start against the first 4 hitters Rekic faces, and now he gives up a home run and is in danger of walking a Mustang. 3-1 pitch is in the zone for a strike. Didn't like it. Lane looked up high, but called strike 2. The count goes full with 1 away. Brady Lane this year has moved around the infield, played a little bit of first, third, designated hitter. He's at second base tonight. The pitch is outside, and he walks ball 4. So a home run and a walk, and the Mustangs are in business offensively, and you were really looking for them to start to turn the corner there. This team gets on hot streaks when it comes to hitting. When they start to hit, everyone hits in the lineup. That's been a constant theme and one of the vital parts of their success this season. Now it's going to be the third baseman, Cole Grable. Out of the stretch for the first time, Tyler Rekic delivers the 0-0 pitch in for a strike. Back to that hard fastball, and based off the eye test, we don't have velocities here, but that's got to be in the high 80s, low 90s. A really explosive fastball from the right-hander. Rekic looks the runner, Lane back to first. He is eligible to go for sure on the first base bag. He's got about a 4-step lead. Here's the 0-2, and that one is lined up the middle to the second baseman, Styrer. He throws on to second. The throw on to first is not in time. So he beats out the double play. Fielder's choice, a late call from the base umpire. And Grable reaches with his speed, stays out of that double play. And now maybe looking a little bit smart to send the runner, but no such luck. So Grable on first base with 2 away. And now it's Carson Weibel, the left fielder, takes strike 1. Mustangs already even the score after the first run crosses the plate for the Iron Bucks in the bottom of the first. It was John Sharp, his first home run of the season. Zach Wilson, the emerging two-way player, is on deck. It's Carson Weibel at the dish. Left fielder has hit well for the Mustangs this season. He's got a home run this year. Check over to first base on the throwdown from the catcher Pacini. The pitch was a ball high to Weibel. And back in there standing is Brady Lane. Rather, Cole Grable. Lane thrown out at second on that fielder's choice play. 1-0 the count. The pitch to the left fielder is fouled back straight towards us here, but it's off the netting and back down toward field level. 1-1 the count. It's Jake Slater, Garrett Knapp, the two guys that the Mustangs will go to in the bullpen tonight. Josh Siegel, Mason Bevan available on the bench for the Stangs. Stangs are ring chasing. 1-2. Up high, and that was maybe the first time we've seen a curveball tonight, but he can't get on top of it. Didn't have a feel for it there early on. And so that will even the count at 2-2 with 2 away. Runner on first base. First hit for the Mustangs, a home run. And he swings and misses and strikes out to end the top of the second inning. So we're through an inning and a half. John Sharp's home run evens things up at 1. We'll be back for the bottom of the second. Well, it's no secret that you can't shut down this Mustangs offense for too long. And they strike back in the top of the second inning with 1 run to even things up at 1. Gino Mara now looking for a clean second inning. Try and pick up his off down low. That was the changeup in for ball 1. Pullman Park, the site of our championship series, 1,600 seats. About 20% of them full. Ground ball to the shortstop, Lavridge. He throws on to first, and it's a high throw, and it's going to pull Wilson high off the bag, and it's going to be a leadoff single for Dustin Strom. So he most likely would have beat the throw out anyway. That'll go as a hit. Nick Marola now the designated hitter with already a runner on. So Mara back to the stretch in the second inning. Check over to first base. Back in diving is Strom. Strom, the shortstop, has good speed. Rare miscue from Lavridge over there at shortstop. Another throw in, and he's back in sliding. 1-1 the count. The 0-0 pitch. That's a breaking ball through the zone for strike 1. So Mara attacking with the slider a little bit more than we've seen so far this season, trying to maybe change the look for the hitters. And one of the things about these teams playing so much in just an 8-team league is that every team gets very familiar with the opponents. These teams know what each other are about. That one's down low in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Count even now with nobody out. Small lead over there at first for Strom. Marola at the plate. The count to him is 1-1. Mara's 1-1 pitch is fouled off. That one gets a piece of the chest protector of the catcher, John Sharp. He's got the Allegheny Gators colors chest protector. Of course, Meadville guy. Based out of Ohio, but plays at Allegheny College. And he's been an excellent member of this team so far this year. Nothing but good things to say about the catcher Sharp. The 1-2 is grounded out to the right side. Moving on to it is the second baseman Lane. He throws on to first and takes the easy out. So the runner, Strom, moves up to second. But Marola is thrown out on the 4-3 for the first out in the inning, then speeding up the hitters as he gets deeper in. Mara comes set from the stretch. Delivers a hard fastball in for a strike, and you could see exactly what I just mentioned there. Steer was not ready for that hard fastball, and he started to move the hands, but just way late. Mara can bring that high velocity, especially out of the stretch. The 0-2. That one's just a bit high. So now 1-2 the count with 1 away. Lane over to his right, holding on the runner on second base, Strom. 1-2 pitch from Mara. And just fouled off the end of the bat. He was going for the strikeout, went back to that changeup away, just left it a little bit up, but it was outside enough. Of course, don't want to leave that changeup up through the zone. Hanging home run pitch. 1-2 still. There's 1 away in the inning. Runner on second base and a 1-2 count. Gino Mara's 1-2. Popped up on the left side, drifting back toward the foul line and out of play. That one's up into the bleachers, so the 1-2 pitch will occur one more time. 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 in Game 1 of the Summer Collegiate League Championship Series between the Rust Belt League and the Tri-State Collegiate League. These two leagues coming together. Big expansion this year. Added a few more teams than previous summers. Of course, the first summer for the Meadville Mustangs. 1-2 from Mara is out to the left side. Line drive over the head of Lavridge into left field. And holding up at third is Strom. A nice throw in from Weibel's going to keep everyone in place, but it's another single, and runners at the corners with 1 away for the Iron Bucks. So Gino Mara is being hit around a little bit early on, not something that he's been used to. And of course, his last time around, we saw a little bit of a change in his demeanor on the mound. He had been borderline dominant all season long. Really, you can throw out the borderline. He's been flat out dominant. And of course, in the last game, gave up 6 runs, was a little bit shaky. The first time that we've really seen him waver all season. So now the 9-hitter, Tyler Mack at the plate, number 22 right fielder. Runner takes off on the first pitch and no throw down from Sharp. He knows that he can't test it because as soon as he lets that ball go, it's going to be all systems go for Strom at third. They don't want to give up this lead. So now, again, for the second straight inning, runners at second and third with just one out. Gino Mara on the mound. Infield. Playing slightly in on the right side. Middle of the dirt, the 1-0 pitch. That one is fouled back. They've been making a lot of contact with Mara's fastball tonight. And, of course, both teams extra hyped up for this game. You could see the energy as I walked through during the warm-up period before tonight's action. Both these teams are really fired up and want to win badly. And, of course, we're really thankful that you're tuned in here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 1-1 pitch from Mara. That one is down low in the dirt, blocked by Sharp pretty nicely. And, of course, right there is where that really comes into effect as so important. Sharp saving a run by keeping that ball in front of him with the breaking pitch. Gino Mara, 2-1, pitching out of the stretch. His 2-1 pitch is down low. Fastball through the zone. Looked like maybe a sinker. Missed, and it's 3-1. So 3-1 with one away. The Iron Bucks trying to reclaim the lead. Mara's trying to get a clean inning. Wind blowing lightly out to left center field. 3-1 pitch. That one is swung on and missed. And a changeup. He was just out in front. And now the count is full. So a big moment here for Gino Mara. He's trying to keep this game all square at 1. Runners on second and third take their respective leads. Mara's payoff pitch. That one is out to the right side and past the second baseman lane. That's going to score 1. And the throw in from Suvak is good enough to hold the runner steer at third. So it's runners at the corners again, but a run scores. It's 2-1 Iron Bucks. Unfortunate turn there for the Mustangs. And Mara in a spot of trouble early on here. Now he's going to get a visit from his catcher Sharp and his infielder Lavrich. Trying to settle things down here. Top of the order coming to the plate for the second time. Brady Gavola, who struck out swinging. He's probably the best hitter in this Iron Bucks lineup. Starter Tyler Rekich got touched up for a home run in the second inning, but he's already struck out 5. Mustangs have sent 8 to the plate. 1 away. The 0-0 from Mara. The runner takes off again. That one is down low, and Sharp basically blocks it off his foot. And, you know, we talked about the defense early on. It is coming in huge clutch for the Mustangs with Sharp back behind the dish. So now it's still second and third for the second time. Still 1 out and a 2-1 lead for the Iron Bucks. Mara's pitch. That one's popped foul, back over the press box and into the parking lot here at Pullman Park. And, of course, good attendance here tonight for the championship game. At least 250 people here. Exciting. If you can't join us in person, that you're tuning in on the Iron and Oil Baseball YouTube page. 1-1 pitch. That's a curveball that just gets away from him. It's 2-1. Wilson is playing up toward where a runner would lead off to. Not quite on the grass. Third baseman Grable is playing in the middle of the infield. Second baseman and shortstop playing back. 2-1 pitch from Mara. That one's outside. Fastball. And it kind of sails on him. That arm side run, just a little bit too much of it. It's 3-1. So Mara, for the second straight start, maybe feeling the fatigue of the season, is struggling to pitch. 3-1. That one's popped foul, and the count goes full for the second time this inning. 1 away already. Mara trying to get Brady Gavola. Umpire gives the sign to play. Mara comes set. The payoff pitch. Out to center field, hit on a line. Doherty backing up, he makes the catch. Big throw in is cut off by Lavrich. It's a sac fly and a run scores. So the leadoff hitter produces a run. There's 2 away in the inning, but it's now 3-1. The runner, Tyler Mack, stays put at second base. Now it's the lefty Maddox Clement. He singled and came around to score his first time. The pitch. Up high. That'll go for ball 1, and it's past Sharp off his glove, and he held on to it for a moment before it slipped away. So the runner moves up to third on the passed ball. And now Tyler Mack is 90 feet away. He would represent the Iron Bucks' 4th run. Mara's trying to calm things down after the wild fastball. The 1-0. That one is ripped out to center field. Backing up on it is Lavrich. It drops in between the shortstop and center fielder. And it's a second straight single for Clement. And it's 4-0 Iron Bucks. So not the dream start that the Mustangs envisioned, but the offense has been able to hit its way out of plenty of tough situations this year. But now it's going to be a mound visit from Ben Cosby early on. And certainly not a sight that Gino Mara wants to see. 4-1 the score in the bottom of the second inning here at Pullman Park. 6 hits on the board already for the Butler Iron Bucks. That actually their 7th hit of the evening. Of course, Mara normally very good against left-handed hitters. You see Clement there get his 2nd straight hit off of the lefty, and I think that's really a surefire sign to the manager Cosby that his man is not at pitching at 100%, or at least not at what he's capable of. Mara has been dominant against lefties this season. And fist bumps all around for the coaching staff and the position players, and a little bit of a talk with the umpire and Cosby, and now Mara is going to get back after it. He's going to face Brent Crehan. Crehan, of course, doubled on a line his first time around. And you see some stressed faces around the crowd on this Mustang side. There's 2 away in the inning. Runners on just first. That's Maddox Clement. The 0-0 pitch. And the runner takes off. Throw down from Sharp. It's on the money, but it's past Brady Lane. He can't get a glove on it. And the throw was really quite perfect from Sharp, but just the slide impeded the second baseman Brady Lane from making a play on the ball, and it's a stolen base for Maddox Clement. So now another runner in scoring position and a 1-0 count. Mara looks the runner back to second. His pitch. That one's outside, ball 2. Of course, before the game started tonight, we previewed how Pittsburgh Pirates are out in San Diego, but if this one stays at this pace, you might have to make a choice. Swung on and missed. Slider through the zone on the 2-0. He was looking for that fastball up high. He saw the slider kind of tailing in through the top of the zone and decided he was just going to unleash. Did not make contact. 2-1 pitch. Mara delivers a strike through the zone. Beautiful evening here in Butler, and it's going to get hot. Friday, 96 degrees the high in the Pittsburgh area, so make sure you're wearing your. Enjoy that weekend. Pirates and Phillies got a good series coming up. 2-2 pitch is chopped. 3-hopper to Mara. He grabs it and throws on to first to end the inning, but not before he surrenders 3 more runs. The Mustangs trail 4-1 in Game 1 of the championship series on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top of the third inning, and the Mustangs trying to dig themselves out of a hole. It's going to be Zach Wilson to get things started at the bottom of the order before Ryan Doherty gets his second shot, facing Tyler Rekich. It's been a while since he's been out on that mound after a long bottom of the second, rather, and he delivers a strike into Zach Wilson, who goes down 0-1. Hard-throwing righty Rekich delivers down low in the dirt. That one is blocked nicely by Pacini. 1-1 the count. Fouled back. Of course, Tyler Rekich, Gannon University player and teammates with the Mustangs' Carson Weibel, so they know each other well. And Weibel, that first time through, struck out. So I'm sure he's going to be bragging to his teammate about that one. And now Wilson strikes out. That's going to be the 6th of the night already for the Mustangs, the first time through the order. And it was a 1-2 pitch, and there's one away in the top of the third inning. So now the leadoff batter, Ryan Doherty, had a slight injury to his wrist, it looked like, in center field on an attempted diving catch. Didn't make the catch, but he was tended to by his manager, Cosby, as he swings and misses for the first pitch to go down 0-1 and seemed to be all right. So he's continuing in tonight's game. The 0-1 to Doherty. He swings and misses at the off speed. That was the changeup through the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2. Struck out on 3 pitches his first time, trying to avoid the same fate right here. The 0-2 is swung on and missed, and he cannot avoid that same fate. And now quickly there's 2 away for Kenny Lavrich. Lavrich also struck out on 3 pitches his first time. 7 strikeouts already for Tyler Rekich. Rekich is putting on a clinic. First pitch to him is lined to the right side and through into right field. So that's a single for Kenny Lavrich, and the second hit of the night for the Mustangs. So he's aboard with a single. Now it's Jordan Suvak with a runner on and 2 away. 1-4 the Mustangs trail. Pitching out of the stretch, Tyler Rekich. His 0-0 is fouled off. Suvak is just a little behind on that one. Infield and outfield both playing straight up against the right fielder, right-handed hitter Suvak, and rightfully so. He sprays the ball to all parts of the field, one of the things that makes him such an effective hitter. That one's inside, almost gets a piece of him. Lavrich takes off, and he's going to be thrown out at second to end the inning. So a quick inning, 3 batters retired, and we'll go to the bottom of the third on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 4-1 the score in favor of the Iron Bucks. Hey, well, we're back for the bottom of the third inning here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. And it's the Mustangs and the Iron Bucks. Mara delivers a swinging strike to the first batter he faces in this bottom of the third. That's Lenny Pacini. He pops one out to center field. Underneath it, Doherty. He makes the catch. And the first out quickly recorded. So the first flyout that we've seen from either team all night. And, of course, one of the most common ways to make an out. But a strange game so far. The Mustangs not used to being kind of hit around the ballpark, especially in this second half of the season. They've been so solid in really all aspects of the game. So with one out, it's Gino Mara facing the number 20, Alex Colwell, third baseman, swings and misses at the first pitch that he sees. Goes down 0-1 in the count. Mara's 0-1 pitch, delivered in for a called strike. And 0-2 quickly now to Alex Colwell. The 0-2 pitch with one away. Inside, Sharp tries to frame it, and he can't get a call. One to the count. Mara's pitch. Out to right field, moving over to it, Suvak. He's over into the bullpen area, makes the catch, and there's two away. So 2 quick outs for Mara. A little bit more of a pleasant sight for his manager, Cosby. And now there's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. It's going to be Dustin Strom, the shortstop. First pitch to Strom is called for strike 1. So F8, F9 for the first 2 outs in this inning. Lefty delivers. That one's fouled off, and down to a knee is the shortstop Strom at home plate. Beautiful night here in Western Pennsylvania. 0-2 the count with 2 away. Mara trying to work his first 1-2-3 inning, and of course we've seen so many of those from him this season. Oh, 2. That one is hit out to right field. Backing up on it, Suvak. He's got a read, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the first 1-2-3 inning for Gino Mara. We're through 3. The score, the Iron Bucks 4 and the Mustangs 1 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Fourth inning just about to get underway. And once again, the Mustangs are trying to claw back into this game. It's going to be Jordan Suvak, followed by Noah Ross and John Sharp. 3-4-5 coming up in the inning. The 0-0 pitch from Tyler Rekich. He delivers a fastball down low at 79 miles an hour. So 1-0 now to the right fielder, Suvak. Rekich, the Butler native, delivers down low ball 2, And now 2-0 to the right fielder. Suvak struck out to end the first inning, his first time up. Now second time to the plate in the fourth inning. The righty delivers. 2-0 is in for a strike, and he has some words to say there. Not a huge fan, and we've seen him complain about 2 calls now in his first 2 at-bats. Of course, trying to get on base, help his team back into this game. 4-1 the lead for the Iron Bucks. That one is swung on and missed. That was a curveball hung up high and kind of mixed him up on the timing front. He just lets the bat rip a little bit late. You don't want to sit back on those curveballs too much. They can come by you pretty quick. 2-2 is lined out to center field, backing up Clement toward the wall and making a nice running catch to start things off in the fourth inning. So Suvak is 0 for 2. He goes down for the first out in the fourth inning, and now it will be Noah Ross. Ross struck out swinging his first time through, as did the other top 3 hitters out of 4 in this Mustangs lineup. Ross in the cleanup hole. The 0-0 pitch. That one is lined to the left side and past the shortstop Strom into left field. That's going to be a hard line drive single for Ross, so he's on base for John Sharp, who homered his first time. And the Mustangs have a runner on. After only 3 batters got a chance to put a ball in play. Of course, Lavrich was caught stealing after he reached on a single. So only 3 batters with results in that inning. Now the Mustangs get a runner on. Sharp's trying to extend the inning and do a little bit of damage. The first pitch looks like maybe the changeup up high. Just kind of got away from him. It's 1-0. Sharp holds back, trying to draw the count and also draw up the pitch count of Rekic. That one is out to right field, off to the right of the foul pole and way out of play. Mack took a look at it. He was over there pursuing it for a moment, but ended up realizing that its spin was carrying it way away from him. Brady Lane on deck, walked his first time. Sharp, the only extra base hit of the night for the Mustangs. The 1-1 to him is grounded onto the second baseman. That's Steer. Throw on to shortstop, on to first, and they can't get Sharp there. So a fielder's choice. Ross out at second for the second out. Sharp reaches. He's got good speed, especially for a catcher. And there's a runner on first. Now Brady Lane walked his first time through. 2 outs in the top of the fourth inning for the Mustangs, trying to take down the Iron Bucks in Game 1 of this championship series. And a called strike on a changeup to Lane. Flips it through the zone there, does Rekic. Short lead off of first for John Sharp. Looks the runner back, does Rekic out of the stretch. Here it comes. In for strike. That time he went to the fastball and high 70s again on the velocity. Not super quick. 2-2. Comes set at the head, delivers high. That one was up near the head of Brady Lane, the second baseman. Cole Grable on deck. Should Lane reach. The 1-2 pitch. That one's hit hard out to right field. Backing up on it is Mack, and he can't make the catch. It's off his glove, and now Sharp is rounding third into second base and stopping and diving back after he looked like he was going to go just a little bit further was Brady Lane. He's got a double, and John Sharp is around to score. All the way from first, Brady Lane on base both times tonight, and he draws the Mustangs back to within 2. RBI double for the second baseman. Now it's the third baseman, Cole Grable. Runner on second base is Lane. Righty Rekic comes set. Delivers the 0-0. That's a pitch up high. 1-0 the count now. No signs from Cosby, just swing away. Just the one batting glove, as we've seen all season from Cole Grable. Carson Weibel's got 2. He's on deck. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Fastball couldn't catch the outside corner. Just kind of dragged it, and that's what we see when you start to speed up that lower half. Fastballs outside from the righties or to the right-handed hitters, of course. 2-0. In for a strike. Went to the breaking stuff. Caught him off guard. 80 degrees at first pitch tonight. Starting to cool down as we get into the evening. But, of course, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it's going to be a hot one this upcoming weekend. Could be pretty hot for tomorrow's game. That one is past the catcher, Pacini. A wild pitch in the dirt, moving up easily to third is Brady Lane with 2 outs. And now you really want to score that run if you're Grable at the plate. You've got the runner that would draw this game back to within a single run on third base, but 2 outs, so you need a hit. 3-1 the count. Rekich comes set. Delivers from the stretch, down low, ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk to Grable. He's down to first base, and it's runners at the corners with 2 away. Now it's going to be Carson Weibel. We mentioned earlier, Rekich's teammate at Gannon University, both nights. He struck out for the last out of the second inning, his last time to the plate. Now he's getting a chance to potentially tie the game with an extra base hit. Pitch in there for a called strike 1. Zach Wilson on deck. Of course, Mason Bevan, Josh Siegel, the options off the bench for Ben Cosby tonight. Mustangs trying to get an early win and establish themselves over the Ironbucks. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball through the zone for strike 2. So 2 strikes and no balls on Carson Weibel. He's trying to get a hit. The 0-2. Runner takes off, and it's outside, ball 1. But into second base with a stolen base is Cole Grable. So now 2 runners in scoring position, and now a hit ties this game up. So a big moment here for Carson Weibel in game 1 of the championship. The pitch. Down low, ball 2. He took it. Count even at 2-2 to the left fielder. He's been an extra hitter, designated hitter, left fielder this season. Right now he's just trying to be a hitter. That one is out to the right side, foul. Just got off the end of the bat head and over top the dugout of the Mustangs. You can see the houses out in the distance, sun gleaming off them as it starts to set here. Weibel would love to blast one into the sunset. That one is on the ground and caught by the pitcher and thrown away from the first base bag, and he's out. It was a close play, diving into first, and Crehan gets back to the bag and slaps his glove on for the final out. So the Mustangs can only plate 1. We're through 3.5. 4-2, the lead for the Ironbucks on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Hey, welcome back in on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 4-2 the score. The Mustangs trail in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nick Marola, Ray Steer, and Tyler Mack coming to the plate for the Butler Iron Bucks. And the first pitch from Gino Mara is in there for a called strike. Goes back to that backdoor slider. Now some action in the bullpen for the Iron Bucks. The 0-1 pitch is a hard fastball through the zone. That one touches 90, it looked like, and it's 0-2. Of course, Mara can get up to 90 miles an hour. Average fastball velo about 85. That was a few years ago that was recorded, so he's upped that since then. He sits in the high 80s most of the time, and he delivers strike 3 through the zone. Gets a strikeout looking. Marola goes down. So Marola 0 for 2 now. DH, who has pitched against the Mustangs this season and has pitched effectively, to say the least. He goes down on strikes, and now Ray Steer, second baseman, 1 for 1 so far with a single. Mara trying to keep things clean. He delivers a fastball through the bottom of the zone and swung on and missed. That's Ryan Arozos throwing in the bullpen for the Iron Bucks as the 0-1 is through the zone for strike 2, and the count now 0-2 in favor of the Mustangs. Play signaled. Mara trying to get his second straight strikeout. The 0-2 pitch, and he struck him out. Swing and a miss that time. Steer can't get the bat head to it, and there's 2 away. So a nice little stretch here for Mara. 5 straight retired, 6 straight in fact, after he struggled in those first 2 innings, particularly the bottom of the second. Allowed 3 runs to cross the plate. The first pitch to Mack is high. Infield playing straight up against Tyler Mack. Here's the pitch. Through the zone for a strike. That's that hard fastball again, and we know that Mara can be at his most effective when he's working off of that fastball. That's what he's doing right now. 1-1 pitch with 2 away. That one is swung on and missed. Blew it right by him, and if that didn't touch 90, I don't know what to tell you. Certainly a hard fastball through the middle of the zone. 1-2. And that one's a hard one. He's way late. Fastball up high in the zone, and he gets it on a check swing. Just happens to make contact, foul into the Mustangs dugout. So it's 1-2 still with 2 away. Top of the order would follow. 9-hitter at the plate. The 1-2 pitch from Mara. Out to the middle of the infield, and it's popped up to Mara. He makes the catch, and it's a nice 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the fourth. Through 4 full on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Meadville trails 4-2. Zach Wilson is going to try and get the Stangs hot here in the top of the 5th inning against Tyler Rekich. Top 5 here, 4-2 the lead for the Iron Bucks in Game 1 of the Championship Series, Rust Belt League, Tri-State Collegiate League here tonight at Pullman Park. They come together, and a curveball through the zone for strike one. Wilson just watches it. Wilson, the 9-hitter, struck out swinging his first time. He's got the stirrups going. Love to see the old school. 0-1 pitch is passed to the catcher, Pacini, way outside. Pacini doesn't even really attempt to get over to that one with no runners on, and it's a 1-1 count with nobody out. Ryan Doherty on deck is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Sun starting to set here in Butler. The 1-1, down low in the dirt, blocked by Pacini. So a 2-1 count now, Wilson ahead. Oroso continues to throw for the Iron Bucks in the bullpen. Wonder at what point we'll see him. They want to have fresh pitchers out there the whole game. Don't want to allow the Mustangs offense back into this one. Certainly know they can hit. That's a fastball inside, appeal down to first, and did he go? No, he did not. 3-1 now to Wilson. Here's the pitch. In the zone for strike. He started towards first, but has to hold back. So the count full now to the first baseman. Pitcher to pitcher. Rekic's 3-2 is swung on and missed. He struck him out. So Wilson goes down for the first out on a strikeout for the second straight time. This time in the top of the fifth. It will go back to the top of the order. Ryan Doherty, who has also struck out twice. Doherty trying to reach base for the first time. He hasn't gone hitless in a game this season when he's appeared. Now it's a strike in the zone. Of course, only appeared in 5 regular season games, so just a 5-game hitting streak for him and then 2 in the playoffs. 0-1. Here's the pitch. That one is check swung on, and yes, he did, so it's 0-2. Doherty potentially playing through a bit of an injured wrist. He dove out to try and make a catch, was unsuccessful on the catch, and kind of bashed up his wrist there, and he swings and misses, or just gets a piece there, and it'll stay at 0-2. Just fouled it off the end of the bat into the dirt. Lucky on that one. 0-2 with 1 away. Rekic delivers. He struck him out. So for the third straight time, the leadoff hitter Doherty goes down swinging, and that is not how you want your leadoff guy to set the table for you. But now it's Kenny Lavrich. And you wonder maybe with Lavrich's, monster playoff season here, and Doherty struggles tonight, if maybe we see Lavrich at the top of the order for game 2. That one's outside. Ball 1. Hard fastball through the zone. 2 away in the top of the 5th on a Tuesday night at Pullman Park. Late July. Here's the 0-1. That one is cracked down the third base line and bounces foul just before the third base bag. So it's 0-2 now. We thank you for joining us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Top of the 5th inning, Mustangs trail this one 4-2. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. That one is cracked to the right side and slicing away from the hitter, foul. Out of play over into the construction zone to the right of Pullman Park. That ball is not coming back. It's going to be wet. The 1-2 pitch from Rekic. Inside, down low, and a good take from Lavrich. Recognizing the spin on that one very early on. He's able to lay off. 2-2 the count with 2 away. Suvak on deck if Lavrich were to reach. Outside, diving for it, Pacini. He just gets a glove on it. And now the count is full to Lavrich, 3-2. Lavrich has been very productive in full counts this season. He's got to hit more than 30% of the time. Payoff pitch. Inside, up high, and he walks him. So the shortstop draws a walk. He's on board for the second straight at bat. And now it'll be Jordan Suvak with a runner on. Suvak so far is yet to reach. He's lined out and struck out. Be a good time to do something here. He has a home run this season. Of course, 2-run shot would tie it. Mustangs trail 4-2 in the 5th. Still the starter, Tyler Rekich, in his 5th inning of work. Inside, and he hits Suvak right on the quad. So he's going to head down to first. It's back-to-back runners reach without taking the bat off their shoulder. And now Noah Ross. Ross has singled and struck out tonight. And now a mound visit from the Iron Bucks manager trying to talk to Rekich, and it looks like maybe that's going to be the end of the road for him. He gave a little fist bump to his catcher, so maybe so or maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. And no, they'll let him continue. So maybe the fist bump, just a little bit of a pump-up move. Normally, of course, when you see the fist bumps on the mound, that means it's the end of the night. And would have been deservedly so. Rekich has pitched well, just 2 runs allowed. Now 4 2/3 of the way through, and in his 5th inning of work, they're going to try and let him become eligible for the win and finish this 5th inning. He's got runners on first and second. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a steal here. Outside for ball 1. Double steal action, of course, would be the move with 2 good runners on base for the Mustangs. They've been good at stealing bases this year, have not been caught a lot. Of course, Lavrich was already caught stealing tonight. The 1-0, that's in there for a strike. Fastball through the top of the zone. And of course, it can get a little lonely in the booth at times, not having a color partner, 1-1 the count to Noah Ross. So next season, wherever I may be, it'll be nice to have a partner to do it along with. But it's been really fun talking to you guys this year. That one's out to right field. Underneath it is Mack. He makes the catch for the final out. So no run score in the inning, and we're through 4.5 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Meadville trails it 4-2. Back here with you on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the 5th inning, and it's the top of the order to face Gino Mara, who has set down 7 straight. Brady Gavola starts it, and he's going to rip a line drive straight through the middle of the field. So that streak is over, and there's a single. Brady Gavola is aboard. Left fielder gets his first hit of the night, and he'll be followed up by Maddox Clement, who has 2 hits tonight. Clement, the left-handed hitter, center fielder, and of course, one of the things that we mentioned earlier in the broadcast this evening was how good Gino Mara is against lefties. Well, he's given up 2 hits tonight to Maddox Clement. He delivers a slider inside. Clement gets out of the way. 2-4 our score here. That one is on the ground to the second baseman lane. The runner was taking off, so no chance to get him at second base. The throw on to first. Gets the runner there, and there's 1 away. First out recorded in the inning Runner moves up to second, so one away on the 4-3 putout. Runner on second base is Brady Gavola. Brent Crehan now doubled and grounded out to the pitcher. And now a conference between the home plate and base umpire. It was very, very quick. And it looked like maybe they were asking for a second opinion. They get the call from the home plate umpire. So just kind of appealing, what we can call a challenge. Of course, no video review because we don't have the angles here in the Rust Belt League. But they get the home plate umpire's opinion, and he also says out, so the runner is confirmed out. So there you go. That's the closest thing to a challenge that we'll have all season long. Runner on second base. The first pitch to Brent Crehan is a hard fastball. Probably the highest velo we've seen all night from Gino Mara. That one's inside for ball one. 76 degrees right now. 75, in fact. That one is ripped hard out to right field. Backing up on it, Suvak. He makes the catch. The runner tags from second base. The throw in is a good one, but it's just down the line. And Grable can't field it in time, so it's a sacrifice fly for Brent Crehan. And there's two away. Two outs, runner on third for the Iron Bucks. Lenny Pacini now. Pacini has singled and flown out to center field. The lefty Mara out of the stretch delivers the first pitch. That one's up high. Pacini ducks out of the way. And I got to say, of course, when you're watching college baseball, you see some guys who look young, some guys who look old. Well, Brent Crehan, or rather, Lenny Pacini, looks like he could be a 13-year Major League veteran. He has a beard that has rivaled any beard I've really ever seen as a strike is delivered in through the zone. That's a hard fastball. And when he comes out to the plate, yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell if this is a sophomore in college or if he is a, as I said, 13-year Major League vet. And he's hitting like a 13-year Major League vet. He drops one in between second and center, and that's going to go down as a single, his second of the night, and score another run. Gavola scores from third base, and it's 5-2 Iron Bucks. So Mara's two-inning stretch of not giving up a run comes to an end with the bloop single. Kind of just an unlucky play there. And now Alex Colwell in this fifth inning. Bottom of the fifth here. Two away. Mara's 0-0 to the righty third baseman is foul back straight into the netting. 0-1 the count now. Runner leading off first, Lenny Pacini. The 0-1, he takes off. That one's out to the right side and through into right field. The runner is stretching to third base. Suvak fumbles it in right. So it's going to be an easy move up to third for Pacini, and Colwell singles. The Iron Bucks have got back-to-back hits. It's first and third with two away. So a little bit of disaster striking late in this inning for Gino Mara. Dustin Strom, now the shortstop, has a chance to extend the lead by one more. And of course, that would put the Iron Bucks 4 runs to the good. The 0-0 from the lefty to the shortstop is up high for ball one. 8:22 the time here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Meadville Mustangs and the Butler Iron Bucks got underway at 7:02 tonight. And the runner takes off now from third. The throw down from Sharp, and he's caught in a rundown. And, of course, if they just tag the runner out, the inning is over. They get him at second base, and that will be the end of the inning. And they are going to say the runner scored before the tag. That's a close play, and maybe Cosby wants to take a look at that. But it looks like it's going to be a 6th run across the plate. Either way, we're through 5 on the Mustangs Baseball Network with the score, the Iron Bucks 6 and the Mustangs 2. Sixth inning underway. John Sharp is leading it off for the Mustangs, Allegheny College product, facing a new pitcher on the mound for the Butler Iron Bucks. That's going to be number 23, Ryan Arozos, who we saw throwing in the bullpen the last 2 innings. So a good outing, and eligible for the win tonight is the right-hander Tyler Rekich. So he goes 5 full, gives up 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 error on his side. 2-1 the count to Sharp with nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from the new right arm. Outside, ball 3. That one is hit hard out to center field. Backing up on it, Clement, and it's over his head toward the wall. Sharp has got another hit tonight. He's rounding second base and into third with a triple to start the inning off in the right way. How about John Sharp tonight? He's scored twice, been on base every time. He's got a triple and a home run. Sharp, cycle watch in action. As soon as you get that triple and home run, that'll put you right in the conversation. The first pitch now to Brady Lane. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. One. That one's ripped over the head of the second baseman into right field. Sharp's going to score, and it's back-to-back hits to start the 6th inning. And John Sharp has accounted for all 3 runs for the Meadville Mustangs tonight. How about Sharpie? So now Cole Grable, back-to-back hits to start the inning, as I mentioned. The 0-0 in there for a called strike. Grable at the plate, takes strike 2. He's walked and grounded into a fielder's choice tonight. The pitch is grounded onto the shortstop, Strom. He throws on to second. Strayer throws on to first, and he's safe there. The throw pulls him off the bag. So it'll go down as a fielder's choice. Lane is out at second base for the first out. And aboard is Cole Grable. Now Carson Weibel with 1 away. Pitch way up high. That one's past the catcher. That's a fastball that got away from him very quickly. Grable into second base with 1 out. So 1-0 now with 1 away. Top of the 6th inning here. Moving right along in tonight's action. It's Ryan Arozos, the new pitcher on in this championship game. The Mustangs trail by 3 in this 6th inning. Strike called, and wow, Weibel is not a fan of that one. Outside corner, and they say it just caught a piece. The 1-1. Down low in the dirt, past the catcher again. It's a second wild pitch, and now up to third base is Cole Grable. Still with just 1 out. Iron Bucks lead this one 6-3 in this 6th inning. Rosos comes set, delivers the 2-1. In for a called strike. So now it's 2-2. Runner on third, 90 feet away with 1 out. Weibel just trying to put a ball in play. He hasn't been able to get one out of the infield tonight. 2-2. Down low in the dirt, past the catcher again. That's the third straight pass ball in this at-bat, and it's going to go as a walk. So Weibel, runners at the corners, did not get far enough away for the runner to move up. It's first and third. And 1 out. Zach Wilson now has struck out both times to the plate so far tonight. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Wilson takes. One out of the count. Starting to get cooler here tonight. The pitch, down low in the dirt. That'll go for ball 2. Righty Arozos on the mound, his first inning of work. Trying to only give up 1. Foul back by Wilson. He puts one into the netting and makes it 1-2. .425 here out to center. Lights coming on. It's getting darker earlier and earlier as we get later into the summer. August just a few days away. Hard to believe. Pitch is grounded, foul down the third baseline. That one's toward the bullpen. 2-2 the count. 1 away in the inning. Two is fouled off. Wilson early on it, but he just gets a piece. Two to the count, 1 away in the inning. Runners on first and third in the top of the 6th. That one's popped up back of the home plate area and foul. So nice break there. Still just 1 away in the inning. The pitch. That one's down low and he takes. Wilson battling the pitcher, but playing first base tonight out of necessity for this team. He wants to do whatever it takes to win. He's got a full count here in a big moment. Arozos on the mound. Here's the payoff pitch. The runner takes off, and it's outside. It's not going to matter, and the runner takes off, but it doesn't matter. He walks. So the bases are loaded after back-to-back walks for the top of the order, and now a big-time moment for Ryan Doherty. 1 away. Doherty has yet to not strike out. He struck out all 3 times to the plate. First pitch is down low in the dirt. Want to know the count. Here's the pitch. In for a called strike. It's 1-1. One out in the inning. Runners on first, second, and third. They're all loaded up. And the 1-1 is up high for ball 2. Two-one. Up high, ball 3. And now pitch away from walking in a run and making this a 2-run game again. Will be good for the Mustangs. They can even out the runs that they gave up in that last half inning at minimum if they get the walk here. And, of course, they would still have the bases loaded 1 out for Kenny Lavrich, who's been the most productive hitter in this lineup. That one's in there for a strike. Now the count full. Doherty not a huge fan of the call. The Allegheny College product, he and John Sharp make up the Allegheny College representation on this team, as well as Jake Slater. Slater coming out of the bullpen. 2 in the bullpen, by the way. Payoff pitch. Up high, ball 4, and it's another run for the Mustangs. So 3 straight walks, and they can be quite a bugaboo. We know that much. Coming around to score, Cole Grable, and now the Mustangs trail by just 2. So it's going to be a mound visit from the manager. 2 arms going in the bullpen, as I mentioned. Kenny Lavrich next to hit. And they just got to get back in the strike zone, do the Iron Bucks. Top of the 6th inning here. Mustangs Baseball Network here with you tonight for Rust Belt League, Tri-State Collegiate League action. It's the Championship Series, Game 1. So happy that you are with us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. It's been a blast all season long, and of course it's sad. It's coming to an end. It's never what you want. Want to keep things going all summer long, but things must come to an end, all good things. And of course the Mustangs hoping that it comes to an end with a championship ring. 0-0 to Lavrich with 1 out. And that's a strike. Went to the changeup right there. Got it across the plate without Lavrich swinging the bat. Kenny will wait on the right pitch. We know that much. 0-1 down low. Ball 1 rather. It's 1-1. Big thanks to everyone that's made this season possible. It's been a blast. 1-1 pitch. Grounded down to third base. That one is going to be grabbed left of the bag, so it will be a foul ball. It's 1-2 to Lavrich. And lucky for him, that was an easy double play ball for the third baseman, Colwell. So Suvak on deck, the JCU product. Lavrich at the plate. Comes set. Orozco, now he steps off. It looked like he was going to step off at the beginning of that bat. Then maybe he thought better of it, and then he decided to step off anyway. 1-2 the count. The pitch from the right-hander to Lavrich. He smacks one up in the shallow part of the outfield and caught by the shortstop. No one's going to tag. And so there's 2 away. That's a big out for the Iron Bucks. Lavrich not able to get on base this time through. He pops out to the shortstop Strom, and there's 2 away now for Jordan Suvak. Suvak has lined out, struck out, and been hit by a pitch, the only time he's reached. Noah Ross on deck. Suvak comes set, ready to go. He's facing Orozco's. Strike called on the first pitch from the right-hander Orozco's. Nightfall setting in here, 8:39 the time. Bases loaded for Suvak. He grounds one to the right side into the clutch of the second baseman's steer. He throws on to first, and the inning is over. So only 2 across, and the Mustangs make it a 2-run game. Again, we're through 5.5. 6-4 the score. Iron Bucks lead on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the sixth will start with Nick Marola. Gino Mara delivers a swinging and missing strike. And in fact, that's Dustin Strom at the plate. Little error on the side of the PA announcer. Sometimes you got to double check. But of course, sometimes in between inning duties call and you kind of trust the PA announcer. So, of course, Dustin Strom is at the plate now, and the inning will restart. So it wasn't my fault. Nick Marola actually did come to the plate. But instead it's Dustin Strom, who should have been at the plate. A little bit of a lineup error. Pitch number 1 in the bottom of the sixth now. Weird happening there, or inning break. That one's ripped out into right center field. Onto it is Doherty. He makes a nice running catch in right center. A hard hit line drive is snagged down by Doherty, and there's one away in the bottom of the sixth. So we've picked up the pace quite considerably in this game after it started off quite slow. Now, as I said, bottom of the sixth inning here. And, of course, this booth is always so chilly, and I forgot to bring a sweater tonight. Not the greatest decision by me. I remembered last time, and it was much more comfortable. Strike one delivered. That looked like the changeup, and now it is Nick Marola at the plate. The Mustangs trail by 2 in Game 1 of this championship series, and of course a little bit of lighthearted humor there, but this game is not lighthearted. The Mustangs are trying to come back. They've only got 3 innings to do so. Gino Mara settled down, but he gave up 2 in the last inning, bottom of the 5th. 6-4, the Ironbucks lead, and that is a fastball up high on the 1-1. So now 2-1 ahead in the count is Nick Marola. Mara from the left side delivers the pitch. It's popped up on the infield, and over to it is the first baseman, Wilson. He makes the catch, and there is 2 away. Pop out on the infield for the second out. That'll bring the 1-for-2 Ray Steer, second baseman, to the plate. Bottom of the sixth inning. Mustangs trail by 2 here. Nobody on. Gino Mara has 2 away. 2 up, 2 down to start this inning. Steer comes to the plate. He's got that face protector over his left side. Of course, very common nowadays. Slider looked like it was through the zone, but it's going to be called for ball 1. Daniel Luco, you're certainly missing his presence tonight. You don't know what he would have been able to do to pick up this offense. He had been hot lately as well. 1-0 pitch is offered for a bunt down to third base, barehanding and not able to scoop it up, Grable. So it's a bunt single for Ray Steer. He's aboard for the second time tonight with a single. First base runner of the inning for the Ironbucks. That'll bring Tyler Mack to the plate. And of course, Tyler Mack, right fielder, has singled and popped out on the infield so far tonight. He's hitting with 2 outs and facing Mara out of the stretch. 9-hitter at the plate, right fielder. The 0-0 from Gino Mara is a little bit of a check swing foul there. And, of course, Mara is just ramping up that velocity, especially when he gets in these tight situations. You can tell he's angry. He does not want to continue to allow base runners, and he really brings the velocity when he gets up there. Check over to first base, but it's to the wrong side of the bag. So Wilson doesn't really have a chance to apply any sort of tag in that situation. Some kids grabbing a foul ball there in front of you. You can see excitement on their faces. 0-1, runner takes off, and he's picked him off. The throw down to second base, and the runner is safe. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And Brady Lane just looks in disbelief. The throw beat him by a mile, and now Ben Cosby is out to dispute this, and he is going to be fuming. He will have some words to say to the base umpire. That throw was in there, and it wasn't even close. And you can certainly tell that Brady Lane had the tag down, and Cosby just shakes his head as he walks back to the dugout. He has had his say and didn't get too fired up. He's not the type of manager to go out and lose his head by any means, but you also know that he wants to defend his guys, and that is a situation where if he had been tossed, I would have no objection to it. That is a horrible call by our base umpire tonight. That one's a strike 2 in there. So now hopefully you can see Gino Mara finish this 6th inning off, and in such a big moment as well. Mara comes set at the waist, delivers the 0-2, and it's fouled off. Staying alive, Tyler Mack. Of course, the inning should be over. Anything after this point is really unnecessary. 0-2. Popped up, right side. Onto it, Doherty, but it's Luco, or rather Suvac, who's going to call him off. Used to Luco being out there in right field, but it's an out nonetheless, and the inning is over. So Mustangs escape an unlucky break through 6. They trail by 2, 6-4 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Noah Ross is set to lead off the top of the 7th inning. He's going to go back out there against Ryan Arozos for his 2nd inning of work. Darkness falling now here over us at Pullman Park. Strike delivered in its 0-1. 4 hits, 4 runs for the Mustangs thus far. In fact, the scoreboard is incorrect. 6 hits for the Mustangs, 4 runs so far. Ball 1 delivered down in the dirt, blocked by Pacini behind home plate. Glad that you're joining us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. That one's popped up back and foul behind home plate. Top of the 7th inning just underway on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. In for a called strike 3. So no, Ross goes down looking. There's 1 away in the 7th, not the way you want to start with just 9 outs remaining. Now down to 8, but John Sharp, who has been red hot, gets moved up in the order. Well, he's made it seem like it was worth it. That's for sure. Another bullpen arm active for the Iron Bucks. Not much going in way of the Mustangs. We're going to stick with Mara. 0-0 pitch to Sharp is, off the umpire's arm. Yeah, he takes a big hit on a hard fastball up high. And now the catcher, Pacini, over to make sure that he's all right. That is scary stuff. You never want to see that. And all the coaches from both teams over to check on him, as well as the catcher. And now the other base umpire out there to check on him as well. So he's taking a moment and looks to be in a decent amount of pain. He's going to walk out toward the third base line. And scary moment here at Pullman Park. Looked like he was maybe hitting the left arm or the shoulder. And now he heads back over toward the dugout, and he's going to grab his mask. So it looks like he's all right to continue, and what a relief that is. Gets a round of applause, as he deserves, from those in attendance tonight. So luckily, he's good enough to continue. Fortunate break there. Always scary stuff when you see something like that. 1-0 count now to John Sharp, and he swings and misses at a high fastball. Just blown right by him. 1-1 now with one away. Game 1 of the championship series here in the Rust Belt League. Meadville Mustangs and the Butler Iron Bucks meeting tonight. The 1-1 pitch. Slider away, grabbed by Pacini on the outside corner. 2-1 now. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's foul back. Sharp just gets underneath it. 2-2 the count with one away. Sharp trying to get a hit to kickstart this Mustangs offense in the 7th. That one's outside. Now the count full to the catcher. Bucco's underway in just under an hour. If you want to tune into that after the conclusion of Game 1 here, Championship Series. Payoff pitch. Down low, and he walks him. So Sharp's on board again. He's reached base every single time tonight. Great night for the catcher at the plate, and he started to heat up as the season went on, and of course now he's kind of reached an apex in tonight's game. Excellent performance for him. Now Brady Lane. Lane has also reached all 3 times. He's walked, doubled, and singled. A ball in the dirt blocked by Pacini over to his right. Makes a nice play on that one. Want to know the count? Here's the pitch. That one's out to the right side, drifting away foul. And it's 1-1. 1-1 count with one away and one runner on. Mustangs trail by 2 in this affair. Pitcher Orozco's out of the stretch. His 1-1 pitch is down low, ball 2. So ahead in the count now, Brady Lane, second baseman, trying to reach for the 4th time tonight. He represents the tying run in this pivotal Game 1. And of course, if you've ever played rock, paper, scissors, you play best out of 3. Well, losing the first time around is not so great. That one's going to get away from the catcher, Pacini. Sharp moves up to second base, and it's a 3-1 count. So a big break there. We've seen quite a few wild pitches. That one goes in the books as another. 1 out in the inning. Mustangs trying to crack into this lead. 3-1 the count to Brady Lane. He's already walked once tonight. Surely would not mind walking again. And now, of course, Orozco's has first base open. 3-1 pitch, down low, and it's back-to-back walks. So Orozco's continues to struggle with control. First and second, and now another visit from his manager. That's going to be the end of the night for him. When we return, new pitcher coming on for the Iron Bucks on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Sam Rinaldo now on new pitcher, righty, replacing Ryan Aroso. So he started to struggle with control, and the Ironbucks are not testing things here. They bring on a new righty, hard-throwing righty, delivers the first pitch, fastball spiked down low in the dirt to Cole Grable. Grable has grounded into two fielders' choices and walked. So he's been on base every time, but he's produced an out half the time. And, of course, a fielder's choice situation here would produce a double play most likely. So not the ideal situation. That one's down low in the dirt, blocked again by Pacini. So two spiked pitches, beg your pardon, from Rinaldo as he comes on in relief, trying to hold this lead. The go-ahead run at the plate for the Mustangs, just one out. Big moment here in the top of the seventh. 2-0 the count. You know that Grable's going to have his sights set on that fastball. Here's the pitch. That one is chopped onto the third baseman and out of his glove. Everybody's safe. It was a two-hop chop onto the third baseman, Colwell. And everyone is safe. So Grable reaches on a single. Bases loaded, one out. It's the same situation that we saw in the last inning. Now Carson Weibel. Now stepping off is Rinaldo. Now Weibel's motioning to his mouth. Not exactly sure what he's getting at here. And now it looks like the base umpire is going to flip-flop around. They were kind of just trying to figure something out, like through hand signals there. Not exactly sure what was going on. But one out, Carson Weibel at the plate. He struck out, grounded out, and walked tonight. He comes to the plate in one of the biggest moments of the evening. The 0-0. Curveball way up high. And struggling to find the zone so far is Rinaldo. Where's number 0? Of course, he's got that same green and silver uniform on. The 1-0. Hard fastball blows it by the righty Weibel. He's got that good velo. Another arm throwing in the bullpen for the Ironbucks, but because of the light starting to dim, a bit difficult to tell exactly who it is. 1-1, and that's in there for a strike. So it's 1-2. One out in the inning. Weibel trying to get aboard. Game 1, so pivotal in determining the tone for the series. You see, it's pivotal in a 7-game series. Well, this is only a 3-game series. That one's down low for ball 2. The count goes even at 2-2. Sharp 90 feet away on second base. It's Brady Lane. Third base, Sharp, as I mentioned. Cole Grable over at first. That's a curveball, and he strikes him out on it. An unfortunate turn there. Carson Weibel goes down for the second out. 2 strikeouts for both outs, and now it's up to Zach Wilson to do something in this inning, produce another run. Of course, the tying run on second, go-ahead run on first in the first game of this 3-game series. The Mustangs trying to claw their way back into this one after Gino Mara struggled. The 0-0 pitch. That one's outside for a ball. One-0. Curveball up high. Wilson takes it. So now it's 2-0. The count, 2 away in the inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 2-0 fastball straight through the middle of the zone. Wilson couldn't catch up to it. Two and 1 the count. 2 outs in the inning. Bases juiced. Zach Wilson at the plate. He's yet to record a hit tonight. Could tonight Could this at-bat be the one? It's called strike 2 on a hard fastball through the zone. Wilson did not take the bat off his shoulder. Now he really needs to break through. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Curveball up high, and the count is full. Zach Wilson trying to score a run, bring this game to within at least one. Such a big time here in the hopes for the season for the Meadville Mustangs. 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Runners take off, and it's down low. He walked him. It's a 1-run game. It's back-to-back walks for Zach Wilson. He's aboard, and the Mustangs trail by just 1. Now with the top of the order coming to the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Now it's Ryan Doherty. Doherty has yet to get a hit tonight. 0-0, swung on and missed. That one goes for strike 1. I think in one pitch. That one is swung on and missed, and now it goes for strike 2. It's 0-2 to the right-handed hitting center fielder. Ronaldo on the mound. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out, and the Mustangs failed to tie it. So Doherty strikes out. The Golden Sombrero, 4th time tonight. 6.5 completed here on the Mustangs Baseball Network, and the Mustangs trail 6-5. Brady Gavola will lead off the bottom of the 7th against Gino Mara. Mara trying to go for back-to-back clean innings here after he gave up 2 runs in the 5th. Brief pause before the first pitch is delivered. Gavola steps in. He's got 1 single tonight, sacrifice fly, and a strikeout. And now a cross-up on the signs, and Sharp is going to have to go out and talk to Mara about their plan of attack against Gavola. Maybe a change in the signs later in the game here. Mustangs trail by just 1 in the 7th inning, the bottom of the 7th. And now Sharp heads back behind home plate, and it looks like we're ready to go. Umpire calls play, and Mara delivers the 0-0. That's a fastball outside for ball 1. The 1-0 from Mara. Swung on and missed. Fastball through the zone for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count. Right-handed hitting left fielder. 1-1 from the lefty pitcher, Mara. Leaves it up high. His velo's still there at this point of the game. There's no doubt about that. 2-1. Slider outside, now 3-1. So falling behind Mara to the leadoff hitter. Gavola's got good speed. You don't want to let him on base for free. Shakes off once. Now he gets his pitch. Delivers the 3-1. That's a slider in there for a strike, and that is that nasty backdoor slider that we know Mara is capable of putting across the plate. He's going to bring it to a full count now against the leadoff hitter in this inning. 3-2, here it comes. Out to right center field. Looks like Doherty can't see it, and now Suvak is running out toward the wall. He can't get there. It's going to be a potential triple, and yes, it will be a leadoff triple for Brady Gavola. So the big-time hitter, we told you to watch out for him on the pregame. He gets his first big hit of the night, and it comes at a prime time. Third base with nobody out to lead off the inning, and that hurts if you're Gino Mara. And, of course, pitching deep into the game, you got to watch. And now you think maybe we'll start to see some action from Jake Slater or Garrett Knapp. Nothing as far as a mound visit goes. The infield is drawn in on the grass. Zach Wilson way in against the lefty hitter Maddox Clement. Clement has reached twice tonight. He's 2 for 3. That one's shot into the Iron Bucks dugout, and it looked like it maybe got a piece of someone. That was right off the bat, ripped into the dugout, and maybe he did get out of the way, but a close call, that's for sure. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. That one's away from him. Sharp to say, and the throw home is past Mara out to first base. The run's going to score. It's an error on the play from Sharp. Just a sloppy play on defense, and Mara lets it get by. That's going to make it 7-5 Iron Bucks. And that is disappointing. You thought the Mustangs starting to claw back into this one while they take away that run that the Mustangs scored in the top of the 7th inning. And Clement has a 1-1 count. Luke Burgess here with you on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Meadville trails this one 7-5 in the 7th inning. Game 1 of the championship series. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. Hard slider away from him. It's 1-2. We'll be back tomorrow night. Same spot, same time. Mustangs and Iron Bucks game 2. That one is in the zone, but it falls out of the glove of Sharp. So 2 defensive miscues. We are really not used to seeing that from him. That would have been called for strike 3 had it stayed in the glove. Marr takes a moment to get his pitch. Now here comes the 2-2. Struck him out. Throws the fastball by him, or it could have been the slider. Hard to tell the break from this angle, especially to a lefty, but there's one away regardless. And it's the second straight time that they retire Clement, so now it's Brent Crehan. The 0-0 pitch to the righty is inside. He scoots out of the way, but it'll go for ball 1. Brent Crehan, the first baseman, at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. Slider in the zone, called for strike. Mara delivered that one with some serious speed. 1-1 pitch. That one is foul tipped back into the shin pads of Sharp. Umpire is going to take a moment to make sure that he's all right. And, of course, the umpire being drilled with a fastball in the arm that just got by the catcher, Pacini, earlier on in the game. I'm sure he has a little bit of extra sympathy for tonight for the catcher, Sharp. And, of course, generally you start to see a pretty good relationship between most umpires and catchers, especially at this level. That one is fouled off, and oh, we've had quite a few injuries tonight. That one's off the Achilles of the third base coach down the line, and he just was not ready for that one, but it drills him in the side of the ankle. And boy, oh boy, he's back to his feet, but he took a fall. Oh, man. Everyone is getting a piece. Juno Mara still on the mound for the Mustangs, trying to get out of this inning. Bottom of the 7th with one away. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball way up high. Sharp can't get to it. That'll register as a ball, so it's 2-2. 2-2 the count. Mara on the mound with one away in the inning. Nobody on. The pitch. That one's grounded up the middle, off the glove of Mara. That's going to knock it down. Lavrich has to move away from his momentum, and Crehan's got good speed. He's going to reach on an infield single. So now it will be Lenny Pacini. Pacini singled and scored his last time. The first pitch to Pacini's up high. Big secondary lead over there at first base for Crehan. The 1-0 out of the stretch from Mara. Popped foul, back into the netting. We thank you for joining us here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. 1-1 the count to Lenny Pacini. 1 out. Brady Gavola scored after he tripled in this inning to give the Iron Bucks a 2-run lead, 7-5 in the 7th inning. Mara's ERA not looking too pretty in the playoffs. That one's fouled back. Runner was taking off on the pitch, but instead it goes to 1-2. Crehan, as we mentioned, he's got good speed. That was the first time that he's reached tonight, or rather, no, he doubled to lead off the game. My mistake. So now 2 for 4 on the night. 2 for 3, in fact. Sac fly in his third at-bat. Still just 1 out, 1-2 the count. Mara trying to get a punch out or a ground ball in the infield to end the inning. The pitch is out to Lavrich at short. He flips on to second. No, instead he takes it on to second himself, does it all himself, and gets the double play to end the inning. So 7 complete played, and the score 7-5 through 7 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Eighth inning of action here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. It's going to be Kenny Lavrich, Jordan Suvak, and Noah Ross. They need 2 runs in this 8th inning before their backs are truly against the wall in game 1. And stepping off early is Sam Rinaldo. "7-5 the score here on the Mustangs Baseball Network, and the first pitch of the 8th inning is a curveball looped in for a strike. Lavrich hates that call. He just looks back in dejection, looks down at his third base coach, Ben Cosby, and says some words. Clearly not happy with that pitch. Sam Rinaldo on the mound, righty. The pitch up high. Lavrich takes, and you see him kind of dip his bat down there on our video feed. Well, he's trying to make sure that he gets that bat out of the way so that the ball doesn't come up there and hit it and cause a foul ball. He does well there to get that out of the way. It's 1-1 now. Curveball up high, ball 2. He has to get out of the way for that one. That one kind of backed up on Rinaldo. Rinaldo, of course, right-handed pitcher and does not have that 12-6 break, very much the horizontal type break. That one just kind of backed up on him. 2-1 pitch is a fastball fouled off by Lavrich. That was right down the middle, maybe a tad high. Two the count, nobody out. Kenny Lavrich at the plate. Coming set is the pitcher, Rinaldo. Third pitcher used tonight by the Ironbucks. Fastball, and he struck him out. Hard fastball through the zone, and it's really been an impressive pitching performance tonight from the Ironbucks. They've struck out the Mustangs quite a few times. We'll go back and count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times the Mustangs have struck out tonight. Now Jordan Suvak, right fielder, comes to the plate with 1 out. Noah Ross will hit next, hopefully with Suvak on base. He shows bunt and bunts it foul. That one got off the bottom of the bat and ends up rolling back behind him. One away in the top of the 8th inning. Mustangs just hanging on. Oh, on the count. See if Suvak shows bunt again. He does not. He's going to swing away, and he is just early on the curveball. Goes down 0-2. Already mentioned there's 1 out here in the 8th inning. Sam Rinaldo struggled with control early, but he's picked it up since then. Now he strikes out Suvak, so he's got back-to-back strikeout swinging. And 3 straight going back to that 7th inning. Now Noah Ross to the plate with 2 away. And there's 2 outs in the 8th. 4 outs remaining for the Mustangs. This would qualify as a save for Sam Rinaldo if he was to stick it out. The pitch. That one is hammered out to center field. Backing up on it, Clement toward the wall. He makes the catch. And the inning is over. So 7.5, and the Ironbucks still lead by 2 on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Bottom of the 8th inning here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. Meadville trails this one 7-5. 12 runs combined between these two teams, and Gino Mara in between innings only taking very soft warm-up tosses, trying to preserve that arm, and I'm sure you probably saw that on the video feed. He's going to face Alex Colwell, delivers a hard fastball outside for ball 1, and Gino's dad is just a few feet in front of us here. He kind of shakes his head at that pitch because it didn't miss. You just don't know where that is a ball in any world. That one's out to left field, slicing away from the left fielder. It's going to drop in for a hit in front of Weibel. So a leadoff hit for Colwell. He's on board for the second straight at bat. Runner on first, nobody out. And Dustin Strom, who has one hit, he's 1 for 3 tonight, will come to the plate. Mara force a double play. I don't know. I got some emotion over this game, of course. And, you know, the announcer's supposed to be unbiased, but what a game this has been. Really heated game and a great contest from the Iron Bucks tonight. A few calls that have not gone the Mustangs' way. They're trying to claw back into this one. They only trail by 2. Their offense has been so prolific. Strom throws bunt. That one's going to drop down. Mara has to get to it quickly. The throw on to first. They get him. It's a sacrifice bunt for Dustin Strom. There's one away. 1-3 on the putout. Runner moves up to second. And now there's one out. Now Nick Marola. Marola is 0 for 3 tonight, hoping that Mara can hold his 0 for here with one out. Runner in scoring position. You don't want him to move up anymore. Mara out of the stretch, comes set at the hips, delivers the pitch. That one is up high for ball 1, appeal down, and no, he did not. Back tomorrow for another day of Mustangs baseball. Should be an exciting day. Mustangs trying to grab a win. Up high. That goes for ball 2. And of course, if their backs are against the wall tonight, or tomorrow night rather, and the score holds, they would be fighting for their seasons. 2-0 pitch. Curveball in the zone for called strike 1. Marola sitting on that fastball. That is really Mara's most valuable weapon, is when his opponents sit back on his fastball. There's really nothing you can do. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's foul back into the bleachers. Racing after it. Some more children at tonight's game. Great family atmosphere here at Pullman Park. It's such a fun place to be. Super happy that the championship was played here. Of course, it would be nice to have some games at Allegheny College as well. Mustangs get that home field advantage. 2-2 pitch. Out to right, foul again. That one's into the parking lot. Way out. 2 into the count, 1 away. Runner on second base is the third baseman, Alex Colwell. 7-5 the lead for the Butler Iron Bucks here. Gino Mara comes set. He'll deliver the 2-2 again. That one is out to left center field. It's on a good line. It's going to drop in for another hit. Into second base, and the throw goes to the left side instead. And the throw at second, and he's safe. The throw originally held the runner at third, so no one scores on the double. But boy, oh boy, Nick Marola looked to be out at second base. He's called safe. Now runners on second and third for Ryan Steer. Time called quickly, and now the Iron Bucks manager and it looks like they're calling maybe an intentional walk here. Yeah, it is. They're going to intentionally walk Steer. So he's down to first base. That'll load the bases up and set up the double play. So 1 out in the inning. Tyler Mack, the 9-hitter, has 1 single tonight. That one is ripped into right field back, and Suvak can't make the catch. It's over his head. That's going to score 1. Another run coming around, The throw is into second base. The throw to the plate, and he's safe. 2-run score. It's 9-5 Iron Bucks. Well, that is not what you wanted to see. Gino Mara has been tagged for quite a few runs tonight, and it looks like it might be time for Ben Cosby to go to that bullpen. Now he's out to chat with Mara. So essentially back-to-back doubles given up, only interrupted by the intentional walk. The crowd here is loving it. Mustangs fans are not loving it. That's for certain. So mound visit for now. See if he can calm his guy down. 9-5 the lead now for the Iron Bucks. So it's going to take a monumentous effort from the Mustangs in the 9th inning to try and come back and win this one. Clinch game one. Of course, game one's so big in a 3-game series, so the Mustangs will be against it for sure. But when have they not been against it this season? They've had quite the roller coaster season, to say the least, but they've prevailed and they're in this championship. So don't count the Mustangs out, that's for sure. Infield in now. Curveball up high for ball 1. Game 2 will be back here tomorrow. That'll get underway at 7 p.m. Pullman Park. The 1-0. Cracked out to left field. Weibel backs up. He's underneath it. He's got the catch for the second out. The throw in is low. It's not going to get anyone. And it's a sac fly. Another run crosses the plate. And the runner from second base moves to third. So a sac fly for Brady Gavola. And Steer scores on the play. Three runs across the plate in the inning. Runner on third base is Tyler Mack. Maddox Clement now the lefty. He singled his first 2 at-bats, grounded out to second, and struck out in the following 2. He rips one over the head of the runner on third base, Tyler Mack. He's lucky he didn't get caught with that one. That's the second straight ball that Maddox Clement has fouled off in an unpopular direction for his teammates. He breaks his bat, actually, on that foul, so he's going to have to go over to the dugout, get a new piece of lumber before we continue on here. Game just about 2.5 hours at this time, but feels though it's been longer. This one has really dragged on tonight. Maybe it's because the Mustangs are losing. They have not lost a lot lately. Oh, 0-1 the count to Maddox Clement, center fielder, struck out his last time. Runner on third base, Mara is really trying to hold him. Mustangs trail by 5. That one's inside on the inside corner for strike 1. Arm going in the Iron Bucks bullpen. Maybe they bring in a new pitcher for the 9th. It's a righty throwing down there. Lefty Mara delivers a pitch outside for ball 1. So now maybe Cosby's tactic kind of goes to preserve the bullpen arms for tomorrow. Kind of come all guns blazing for tomorrow's game. Lefty delivers, and that one is ripped to the second baseman lane. He snags it on a short hop, throws on to first, and the out is recorded. So 8 innings played, but 3 more runs crossed. We'll go to the top of the 9th. Mustangs need a big comeback on the Mustangs Baseball Network. No one better to lead the Mustangs into a ninth inning comeback. We got some rally caps to my right. John Sharp's parents just a few feet behind the broadcast booth. And their son has been tearing it up tonight. He's got a home run, triple, fielder's choice, and a walk. Reach base all 4 times he's been to the plate. He takes ball 1 inside. So ahead in the count early. Catcher Sharp still facing Sam Rinaldo in this 9th inning. The pitch. That one's up high, ball 1. Ball 2, rather. 2-0 the count to John Sharp. Top of the 9th inning, no outs. Mustangs need 5 runs to tie, 6 to go into the lead. That's called for strike 1. Strike 2, rather. The count 1-2. 1-2 to John Sharp. 1-2 pitch from Rinaldo is broken bat out to the pitcher and caught on the comebacker. So 1 away, and now just 2 outs remaining for the Meadville Mustangs in tonight's action. Now it's Brady Lane. First, it's going to be a mound visit. And fist bumps all around. That's going to be the end of the night for Rinaldo. New pitcher coming on in the top of the 9th. We'll be back in just a moment. Geno Scott on to finish things for the Butler Ironbucks here in the top of the 9th inning. Brady Lane trying to forge a comeback late for the Meadville Mustangs. His 0-0 pitch, first one he sees, swung on and missed. Fastball through the zone, hard fastball there, and the count goes 0-1. So the Mustangs, assuming they are not able to get back into this game, they'll have another shot to get their first win in the series tomorrow, and in fact their lives will be on the line. 0-1 pitch is called strike 2. Hard fastball through the zone, right down the pipe. Lane can't take the bat off his shoulder. 0-2. Scott's 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Breaking ball called strike 3. And Lane goes down looking. There's 2 away in the final half inning, pending a 2-out comeback. Cole Grable now to the plate. He's grounded into a fielder's choice twice, walked, and singled. That was in his last at-bat. Scott trying to get the final out for the Iron Bucks. The 0-1 pitch, or 0-0 pitch, down low in the dirt. Pacini gets in front of it, though, so nothing past him. Top of the 9th inning here, and we'll be back with you tomorrow, as I mentioned, for first pitch at 7 p.m. from Pullman Park. The 1-0, that one swung on and missed. Curveball over top of it was Grable. Grable at third base tonight, customarily the second baseman for this Mustangs team throughout the season, but Brandon Butler, a late scratch. No Butler, no Luco. It's affected this offense, that's for sure. 1-1. That one's fouled back, and now the Mustangs down to their final strike. If Grable can reach, it would be Carson Weibel next. He has not recorded a hit tonight, reached on a walk. 2 outs, 1-2 the count. Geno Scott's 1-2. Popped foul, and we'll do it for at least one more pitch. So the Mustangs would need to win tomorrow to force a Game 3. That would be back here at Pullman Park on Thursday night. It'll most likely be Walker Cunningham going. That one is out to the right side, chasing after it, and not able to make the catch. It's in for an infield, or rather shallow outfield single. Grable drops in a blue pit, and not done quite yet. Now it's Carson Weibel. As I mentioned, reached on a walk, struck out swinging twice, and he grounded out a little soft grounder back to the pitcher. Check over to first on the runner. He barely even has a lead. Out of the stretch, first pitch is down low for ball 1. 10-5 the score. The Iron Bucks lead the Mustangs in Game 1 of the championship series here on the Mustangs Baseball Network. The pitch, that one's in for a strike. It's 1-1. So 2 outs. Lead off from first for Cole Grable. The 1-1, did that go through his legs? I believe it did. I believe that Weibel stepped out to his left and the ball went through his legs. So now it's 2-2, or 2-1 rather. Out of the stretch, it's Geno Scott. Here's his pitch. Down low, 3-1. Trying to get on base, extend this inning. It would be Zach Wilson next. Surprised with a righty that they maybe don't send Mason Bevan out there. That one's fouled off, and now maybe a hamstring issue for Weibel. He goes back and clutched his right hamstring after that swing, and he was down on one knee trying to power it. The count full against the left fielder. Trying to get his team back into this game with 2 outs. Down to his final strike. Payoff pitch. Down low, ball 4. So he walks, and Grable will move up to second. And now one step closer. Got to take baby steps before you can come back. Now it's Zach Wilson. Wilson has walked twice and struck out twice. Game just about 2 hours and 40 minutes in tonight. Wilson primarily a pitcher, but he's hitting in the 9-hole playing first base tonight. He takes ball 1 inside. 2 runners on with 2 outs. The Mustangs had opportunities to really take a stranglehold in this game. Had bases loaded with 1 out multiple times in this game. Only able to accrue 1 run from that each time. That one's down low, ball 2. So 2 pitches across to Wilson, 2 balls. That one was the changeup from Scott. Scott comes set, delivers. Rip to the right side, but it's foul. He was just late on the fastball. It's 2-1. Wilson has played more first base than pitching down the stretch here. And he's been very good over there defensively. Really Not many miscues at all for a guy who has barely played the position. 2-1. Swung on and missed. And now he's down to his final strike again. So Wilson tried to pull something out of the bag of tricks. Steelers training camp getting underway tomorrow. A lot of things going on in Pittsburgh sports. Mustangs trying to forge a comeback here. That one's inside, and the count goes full. 3-2 to Zach Wilson, top of the order on deck. Ryan Doherty really started with him. He struck out 4 times tonight in 5 at-bats. Payoff pitch. Out to the right side. Out to right field and caught by Tyler Mack. And that's the ball game. So the Mustangs fall 10-5 tonight here in Butler. And they go down in the series 0-1. Of course, if they lose tomorrow night, that would be the end. But you know that they're going to come with guns a-blazing, trying to get that win and force a Game 3 on Thursday. But you can see the excitement for the Iron Bucks. They weren't super hot toward the end of the season, but they have caught fire in the playoffs. And after the Mustangs beat them 18-5 just a few weeks ago, they come back tonight and put on an impressive showing. 10-5 the final here. And Gino Mara touched up for 10 runs, his worst start of the season. So he's clearly run into some fatigue issues just at the wrong time. And the Mustangs have used him quite excessively throughout this season. So maybe Walker Cunningham tomorrow, maybe Christian Cropper. Been a while since we've seen him. We'll find out for you and bring all that to you on the Mustangs pregame show, which will get underway at 6:45, give or take a few minutes, tomorrow afternoon. As we get into tomorrow evening, the Mustangs try to keep their season alive. That's the draw for tomorrow. You don't need to say much else. It could be the final time that we come to you on the Mustangs Baseball Network until next June. So hopefully Meadville can pull something out of the bag, and you know that they can compete with this team. In fact, they still have a winning record against the Mustangs, 2-1 on the year. But for tonight, Gino Mara gets touched up, and the Mustangs allow 10. They fall in Game 1 of the championship series. They'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. right here from Pullman Park. They'll be the home team for Game 2. They're going to try and turn things around, put luck in their direction. For now, though, Luke Burgess, thanking you so much for joining us tonight on the Mustangs Baseball Network. We've had a blast all season. The Mustangs in the championship series, they got a chance to come back and even things up tomorrow night. But for tonight, everything is done. Once again, Luke Burgess and everyone here for the Meadville Mustangs, thanking you for tuning in. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. from Pullman Park on the Mustangs